To call Larry Hughes unique is something of an understatement. Not sure the word strong enough to describe this young man, a remarkably talented athlete who understands the value of giving back. He was a high school All-American at CBC, a young man who had to grow up fast. He had to help his mother care for Justin, his younger brother, who had a defective heart. Justin had 2 heart attacks and a heart transplant before Larry graduated from CBC. He had his choice of hundreds of universities, but decided to stay at home and play basketball at St. Louis University to help his mom and be close to brother Justin. As a freshman, he helped the Billikens get to the NCAA tournament, averaging 21 points a game. He was named college basketball's National Freshman of the Year. After his freshman season, Larry entered the NBA draft to help pay for mounting medical expenses. He was selected by the Philadelphia 76ers with the 8th pick in the first round. He played 12 seasons in the NBA with Philadelphia, Golden State, Washington, Cleveland, Chicago, and New York. He averaged 14 points over his career, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists a game. But Larry Hughes is more than just a basketball player. His brother Justin died in 2006, so Larry founded a nonprofit foundation to assist families of organ and tissue transplants with unexpected financial needs. He's also the owner of Random Acts of Kindness, with the purpose of making a difference in the lives of less fortunate. So tonight, we honor one of the best in St. Louis, Larry Hughes.
Larry, when you're talking about playing 12-plus seasons, and folks, I'm not sure if you heard the numbers for a guy trying to make it into the NBA, but the odds are long. They're not impossible, but they're long. And to play 12, 13 seasons in the league, what are those numbers, Larry? Is it what, less than 1%?
It's definitely less than 1%.
Yeah, less than 1%. You got a chance to beat those odds and to fulfill your dreams. How'd you do it?
I think just with a good support team, my mom, my brother, my family, being from St. Louis, just was huge. I mean, it gave me push. It gave me, a will to want to be successful. It gave me a will to want to get out of the situation I was in, the environment I was in. It gave me the will to want to make a better situation for my mom and my family. And that's how you do it. I mean, you just put your head down and you just grind it out. And it's hard work. It's not easy. And that's why the numbers are the way they are. But, it's all about just putting your head down and just keep going.
So you get to the league, and I've always want to ask you this. What was the wow moment for you? You're in the NBA. You go to SLU, you get drafted, first round pick, and here you are in the league. What was the point in the league where you said, I'm in the NBA? Was it a move that you put on somebody? Was it seeing someone for the first time that you always idolized? What was that moment where you just couldn't believe that here I am?
I think it's just the, playing in arenas with, 20,000 people, and I think that was the wow factor. Just having the ability to affect all of those people, kind of on a nightly basis. I mean, some of them were repeaters, but a lot of them were first-timers. So to have the ability to perform and to play and to be recognized, to have your last name, said across the PA with, 20,000 people, there. I mean, that's a wow, in itself. Just to have that many people focused on exactly what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish.
Being in the league, what was the toughest thing about playing in the NBA? Obviously, games night after night, the toughest competition, but the travel. What were some things that you looked at and said, this is quite a job here?
Just the numbers. How hard it is to get to the league, and then again, how hard it is to stay there. So what it really takes to do the right thing, on the court, making sure you're taking care of your body, preparing yourself, doing all the work, the scouting work, and then the off the court things, and making sure that you're, a good standing citizen, making sure you're staying out of trouble, making sure you're not on, ESPN in the wrong way. That was really the focus of, once you get there, it's just how do you stay there?
And of course, the great career that you had at SLU, it was a magical year. When you look at that year, how special was it that here you are, a hometown guy, you stay home, you have a fantastic freshman year. To be from St. Louis and to bring that kind of glory to SLU on a national level, how'd that make you feel?
Well, it still makes me feel good to this day. You know, I was, a kid, I'm born and raised in St. Louis. So there's nothing greater than having the St. Louis across your chest as you go out to, represent the place that you're from. And all of that attention that you gain and all the games that you win and the games that you score 40, it all runs back to St. Louis. So that's special in and of itself, is just to represent, a university or, a place that you actually come from when you're born and raised.
And finally, we know you're doing so much great work locally in the community, and the fact that you stayed, obviously to help out your brother's situation, you stayed home. Then you go to the league, and all the cities in America that you could live, and a lot of guys, for the most part, who play in the league, they may go back maybe to their college towns or what have you, but you came back home to have an impact. You always said, I'm a St. Louis guy. St. Louis in your heart.
Oh, it lives, in my heart. My mom, my aunt is here, my grandmother here, my wife is from St. Louis. And all the teams I played on, all the cities that I was in, my kids are actually, born in St. Louis. So, even though I played in Philadelphia, I played in Oakland, my kids are actually from St. Louis as well. So that, means a lot to me, that they have the same, foundation and the same strings that I have, to motivate, to let them know that the struggle is real. We're all fighting for St. Louis, and we're all, fighting to bring a better light on what we do here in St. Louis, and they get the opportunity to experience that. I'm working with a lot of youth and a lot of athletes today that will get the chance to experience some sort of success, some sort of journey that they're on, and I just, love being a part of that.
St. Louis loves you. You're one of St. Louis's favorite sons. We want to congratulate you and welcome you. Everyone, Larry Hughes. Let's welcome him to the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame.
It's always great when an athlete like Larry comes back to the city and contributes like he does. He's a marvelous young man.